I think we're crooked. Just slightly. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Medley episode 432. Trash Tuesday. Today is garbage day. Hello, Doobie. Thank you, Doobie. I will get to Viv in a second. Thank you for the host, Cyber. Thank you, Doobie, for redeeming Viv. Viv is one of the plants. However, I'm going to bring Viv out after we actually start the medley portion of the stream. But I will not forget. Today is Trash Day, so I have a couple of things I need to go over for Trash Day before we get the stream started for anybody who's newer to the Tuesday stream. On Tuesdays, a trash truck comes through my cul-de-sac and picks up garbage cans. Now, something to notice is that the blue can is already actually empty. And that's because the recycle gets picked up before the stream actually starts. By the time the stream starts, the recycle's always already gone. But we're going to have a truck that's going to come through and pick up the black ones. And we're going to have a second truck that's going to come through and pick up these big blue dumpsters over here. Now, typically there's about 3 or 4 dumpsters, but today it seems like there's only 2. So because of this, we're going to end up having probably less beeps. Why am I mentioning beeps? Because for the Morning Medley stream, we actually bet on how many times the garbage truck beeps while it's backing up and doing its like convoluted U-turn throughout the cul-de-sac. 2 trucks come, so there's going to be 2 opportunities to bet on the beeps. Yes, I did. Sorry, is the mic okay? Can you hear me at all? Do I need to turn it up? Anywho, while I'm waiting on that answer, that is the stuff with the garbage truck. Hopefully it makes sense once it starts happening. If it doesn't, there's 2 opportunities typically on a Tuesday stream. So if the first time it happens, you're too confused or it doesn't seem to work out, you should get a second opportunity to do it. That's all that I need to explain about the Tuesday stream. And I think that's all we're probably going to have time to get into today. Usually the trash truck takes up a lot of the stream, so I'll get the redeems out of the way. We can try to see if we can end this by 11. We can try to see if we can end this in 2 hours. Let's see. Let's try. I'm going to be lurking because I'm grocery shopping, but good morning, y'all, says Lindsay. Good morning, Lindsay. I hope you find everything that you need in the grocery store. I went to the grocery store recently to buy some dragon fruit, but they only had the white kind. At least they labeled it as such. I have bought 3 now. I have bought 3 dragon fruits that were advertised as red dragon fruit, only to open them up and find nothing but white. Keyboard wasn't on. First hiccup of the Tuesday, the keyboard wasn't on. Everybody, good morning. Thank you for redeeming Viv. Doobie, I remember. Here's Viv's theme song. Hi, Maria. Good morning. I managed to cram all of the fruit in my smoothie this morning. I didn't run out of room like I have in the past. Now, some of you will remember that there's a new garbage truck that comes and gets the the black bins now. He has like a new arm. And he's quite a bit quieter when he comes up. So there's actually been a couple of weeks where I have missed him. He's come into the cul-de-sac, and I just haven't been able to launch the video and the video and the like game of Beeps in time. So it's about 9:15 now. I'm going to, and the trucks have been coming really early this morning. Like the first truck came at like 7:30. So I feel like maybe they might come a little earlier today. So I'm going to try to be on top of my game and be a little bit more prepared so that I can launch it the second I start hearing them come down. So I'm going to be playing with the window open. Good morning, Nella. I hope you're doing well. I hope you feel amazing. This song is called... This song's called Spring Street. Kanto. Wait. Is it just all a joke? Cyber? Hey, what's up, Just Cruise On? watching you play Apex yesterday literally made me play Apex. Good morning, Izzy. Good morning, Amoeba Boy. But Weeb says, do you know any songs in the key of E flat major by any chance? I don't know music theory. In fact, I wouldn't have been able to read that sentence properly a couple of weeks ago. No, I don't know music theory, so I don't even know what E flat major is. I'm sorry. This song is called French Lavender. Whoa, thanks Maria for the host. Sonitsuga? Sonitsugwa? I hope I'm saying that right. Sonitsugwa? Sonitsugwa? Those were 4 attempts. Hopefully one of them was correct. You say... This is a wonderful first time watching. Do you tend to have melodies in your mind, or do you just let your hands do what they're gonna do? Kind of a mixture of both. Right now I'm playing an actual song that I wrote. But sometimes it's just random chords and melodies. Thank you, Butterweed. Whoa! But do you want anything? Thank you, Butterweeb. What can I do for you? Now, you have to keep in mind, I can't read sheet music, and I don't know music theory, and I don't know how to play covers. But if there's something you would like, I can try. Wait, hold that thought.
Today, y'all. Here comes the garbage truck. He's driving down the street. Here comes the garbage truck. How many times is it gonna beep? How many times? It's the garbage truck. Driving down the street. How many times y'all think the garbage truck's gonna beep today, y'all? Garbage trucker. How many times is it gonna beep? Only a little bit of time left to get those bets in, y'all. A little bit of time. Garbage trucker. Driving down the street. Don't be too shy. Put up them tokens. The garbage trucker. How many times is it gonna beep? Let's see how many times this truck's gonna beep. It's the garbage trucker.
Vote on how many times you think the truck is gonna beep, guys. There's not much time. There's not much time. Please hurry. He's already here. He's already here. Vote now. Vote now. How many times do you think the garbage truck is gonna beep? How many times do you think the garbage truck is gonna beep? Vote now on the poll. Because he's already here. Sorry. Sorry, I'm like choking on strawberry nuts. Strawberry seeds. I hope you won. I hope everybody won. I know it's impossible. I know it's impossible. I don't know what else to say. I hope everyone won. Now, if you did not win, there is a second truck that comes. So there's going to be a second prediction. Now, the second truck doesn't pick up these bins, which, again, have already been picked up. The second truck is going to pick up these two dumpsters over here, which are partially obstructed by that tree. But there's two dumpsters. Typically, the second truck beeps more times than the first truck because it has to pick up garbage cans from the front. So it has to, like, pull in, pull back, dump, pull in, pull back, pull in, pull back, dump. There's a lot of reversing, so typically it beeps a little bit more. However, today there are only two dumpsters, so I'm not telling you how to bet, but I'm not telling you how to bet. I'm just saying there's two, and typically there's more than two. Just something to keep in mind. It's the first one that I've won, says Jazzy. Wow, congratulations, Jazzy. I'm sorry, Doobie. It seems like Doobie has not won. Maria, did you also lose? I'm super sorry, everybody. That didn't get it. It really is a toss-up. Don't ever feel like you're gonna get any better. Don't know who that was, but somebody just redeemed Firo. Here's Firo's theme. And here's Firo. Firo is a mini Monstera, who is growing faster than I can contain. Thanks, Josh. again for redeeming Pharaoh. I appreciate it. Stupid mattress, stupid dumpsters. Says pretending. Yeah, usually there's supposed to be an extra truck that comes and picks that up. I've lost the can truck the past 3 weeks, which is far back as I can. I've been tracking my personal wins losses. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I should play. I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter, right? My tokens don't matter, but I've never actually bet on the truck. I spend so much time trying to, like, keep everything from falling apart. I got my sandwiches, Cyber. Congratulations on the sandwich. Also, thank you, Cyber. I know you were definitely in the middle of getting food when the truck came. I should have done the truck at the very beginning. I should have done the truck prediction at the very beginning of the stream. But I wanted to give everybody a chance. In fact... No, I won't launch the second one yet. I'll wait a little bit. For what it's worth, the 30 beep threshold is pretty perfect for the can truck. The dumpster boy is all over the place. Cyber did all of that. Cyber is the one that determined the beeps. The beep ratio. Not the beep ratio. The beep choice. Based off of averages, I think. I can take no credit for that. You got that Umbe streak, says Liana. Yeah, Umbe somehow just never gets any of the predictions right. I don't get it. I don't think the streamer can play, says Maria. Oh, probably for the best, right? Okay, this song is called Spring Street. Sorry, I just played that. This song is called Signals. Listening to this album a lot right now, says Amiibo. You're talking about Signals? Whoa, thanks Amiibo boy for buying Signals. I worked really hard on it. If you couldn't tell, during the course of me listening, during the course of me making Signals, I was listening to a lot of, like, beboppy jazz music, so it was definitely, like, in my heart at the time of making this EP, which is why all the songs sound like this.
Better up.
Oh, whose is that? Sareb? Oh, hi, Sareb. Sareb, pick a number between... Let me button the top button first. Pick a number between 1... No, pick a number between 3 and... 3 and 14. Let's make it interesting, I suppose. Just Cruise On says, favorite musician? I don't really have one. I can name a lot of musicians I like. Just Cruise On. I can name a lot of musicians that I like, but I don't know that I have a favorite one. And you picked 13, Sareb, number 13. First couple seconds of Spring Street just put me into Zen immediately. I can't remember what the beginning of Spring Street sounds like. Oh wait, where I'm just like riffing on the piano. The first few seconds of Spring Street I think is just like drum noises and then me going like... like trying to find the right notes. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I haven't worn this one in a while, actually. Hold on. And I don't typically, even if, like, I have someplace to go, and I'm picking the bow tie, because you guys don't typically just pick the bow ties that I wear, you know, when I go out. I rarely pick this one because it's so thin. It's a very thin bow tie. It's like, it feels like napkins together. And sometimes when tying a bow tie like that, it's really hard to get that nice heft, that nice, like, fluffy bow, and the like, dimples that people really like in their bow ties. But thank you. Who did this? Thank you, Sareb, again, for redeeming a Dapper Up. I appreciate it. Lucky 13, says Sareb. Yikes. I want to watch the movie Beetlejuice. It's been just long enough that I've forgotten a lot of the main plot points, and I think I'm old enough now that I might understand that movie a little bit better. Kind of like when we watched The Mask, like, I understood some things that maybe I didn't want to be. I wish I didn't understand about that movie when I was a kid. Have you gotten so mad at a bow tie that you've... That's Meow Workshop. Meow Workshop's redeeming Zia. This is Zia. Zia's a staghorn fern. Still growing, still happy, still doing a good thing. And here's Zia's theme. Okay, back to the bow tie. It's harder to get, like, the dimples the way I want. It's so thin. It's so thin. I think that's good enough. That's clean. That's clean. And it's not like I'm going to be doing much moving around. Omni, can I ask a question, says Kwame? Yeah, you can ask questions. Your questions are free. You only have to pay if you want me to ask you a question. Okay. I want to watch the musical, says Maria. Wait, what musical? Beetlejuice? Oh, is there a musical to it? Or The Mask. Liana says, have you ever gotten so mad at a bow tie that you've thrown it away? I don't know that I have ever thrown a bow tie away, period. Every bow tie I've ever bought, I still currently own. Even duplicates. I have 2 of the same bow tie. Actually. I've been looking for the right person to give the extra one to, you know. Another person who's really into bow ties. I think it would be the nicest gift because it is a handmade, like... It was made by, like, an indie shop in Arizona. You, like, really can't buy it anywhere. But, alas, I haven't really found anybody that cares about bow ties the way I do. Maria says, yes, Beetlejuice musical has too many versions, and I like 2. There's several versions of the Beetlejuice musical? What's the photo above Zia, says Kwame? It looks nice. Well, Kwame, I'm not going to take it down. At least not right now, because it'll take a while for me to put it back up. Because I can't remember how it's affixed, actually. I can't remember how I have it hung up there. How did I hang that up there, actually? I'm not going to take it down because I don't know how to get it back up there. But if you can kind of squint, it's me in the middle of the highway, leaning on the barricade that separates the 2 lanes. And then if you look slightly up here at that, that's a bus hurtling past me. That's Agnes. Who did that? Was that you, Doobie? Or is that Harriet? That was Harriet. There's Agnes. Agnes is a pothos plant, looking healthy, looking strong. And this is Agnes's theme song. Thank you again, Harriet, for that. Agnes is feeling happy. The sun that's coming in right now, it is direct, but it's very, very filtered. I don't know if you can tell kind of from outside. I guess the camera's a little bit too low, but the clouds outside are causing the sun to do this really nice thing where even the direct sun is like not so harsh. Like right now the sun is shining directly into the camera, but we're not getting that wild like heaven ray thing that we tend to get. We'll get it later in the stream because the clouds are going to get burned out by 11, I promise you that. Bernetic says, I wonder if I go take military shower if I'll still miss the second truck. How long does a military shower take? Whoa. Mini Moon? Mini Moon? Mini Moon, thank you for gifting subs to Pernetic and to Psychedelic. I really do appreciate that. And thank you for being here at all. You know? You were gone for a little while and we missed you here. Nice to have you back. Also, I haven't forgotten the beautiful bits that I got from... But a Weeb. Did you want anything but a Weeb? You asked for something jazzy or gospel, but I don't know either one of those things. I have...
Oh, God! It is so good to see you!
Welcome back, Mini Moon. I have a lot of, like, jazzy music. Thank you, Liana. I have a lot of jazzy music, but, like, gospel music? Oddly, no. Oddly, no. I don't know, maybe. Maybe in the future, actually. I don't like that I can see the spots. I don't know how to... Actually, okay, because there's no redeem for it, so I'm going to put Nobu up here anyway, but I don't know if you guys can see this, but, like... The camera doesn't have enough fidelity. The way the sun shines on some of the leaves, you can, like, look through the leaf and you can see these, like... If you focus on this leaf down here, you can, like, look through the leaf. The leaf becomes partially translucent. And you can see these really weird spots, like equidistant specks. It's hard to explain if you don't own one of these plants, but I don't love it. I don't like that effect. It's weird to me. It's like when you can see somebody's veins. It's like when you can see my veins. Preach says Titanium Jones. TJ's a man of God. I used to be a boy of God, and now I'm a man with no masters. Degree or otherwise. You know, I really shouldn't have dropped out of college, right? I should have just stayed there until I went completely broke. It's actually T says little spots are supposed to be there, don't worry. Thank T. Thank T? Thank you, T. Wow, man, English, huh? Liana says, if he eat that pizza, he going straight to heaven. I did make a gospel parody video. I did do this. Wait, Pernetic's seen it too, I guess? That's unfortunate. Don't ask about Omniclaws, it's never happening again. Yeah, why did people only ask about it after I stopped doing it, huh?
question for you.
What were we talking about? I can't remember the last thing I said. Can somebody remind me the last thing I said? Oh, I was talking about the funny videos I used to make and the Omniclaws videos and how those are gone. Now, the Omniclaws videos, for anybody that doesn't know, was a dance video I used to make once a year on Christmas Eve. And I made them out of spite. I made them actually to spite my family. Because Christmas and all of that festive nonsense wasn't really like a big thing in my household. Not really, you know, not truly. And so I didn't really grow up with a lot of Christmas cheer necessarily. And so kind of as an act of irony-fueled rebellion, I made Christmas dance videos and posted them up places. Is there anything, Amiibo Boy, that you started doing ironically, or you did to spite someone? Hold on.
Question for you.
Is there anything you did ironically, or to spite somebody else, but then you ended up actually enjoying it to some degree? I feel like I'm walking into a Jewish bakery. What? That's my... You know, nobody should give me a job, actually. I think that, yes, I got to score this game, but my scoring of this game was incredibly subdued. I did not go bonkers. I went bonkers on, like, a couple of tracks, a couple of things in the game were pretty... I was not held back at all, and it's funny. But for the most part, I was very subdued. If somebody lets me like write jingles for things, they're all going to sound like the question for you jingle. But that's mostly just because like it's really hard for me. Like jingles are a serious business, typically, right? But it's hard for me to take them seriously. Like whenever I sit down, I just start having so much fun that I feel like I frustrate the people around me because I'm not taking it seriously. And this is kind of a trend that follows me around. Cyber, a redeemed question for you. Cyber, is there anything that's really hard for you to take seriously? Maybe it's a game, maybe it's a genre of music, maybe it's a style of movie, maybe it's an actor's face, a specific actor, but there's something that you look at, no matter how sincere and genuine it tries to be, it's always just a little bit amusing to you, or maybe a little goofy. Is there anything like that? Maria says, I graduated uni out of spite. Woo! I respect that. I respect the heck out of that. I dropped out of school out of spite, mostly. Out of spite and lack of coin. Lack of the coin. Squid Game coin. Give me a minute, says Amiibo. Amiibo's cooking up an answer. Cyber says, there's gotta be one or two tracks where you went off. Yeah, there's gotta be one or two. For the most part, I was very well behaved. Something I found in my line of work, in anyone's line of work, is that I have to behave myself for a certain amount of time so that people trust me. And then once I have people's trust, then I can screw them over by wiling out. And they go, well, I guess he knows what he's doing. We looked at his resume. He's been doing this for a really long time. He must know. Little do they know that I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around because I couldn't do it before. I feel like as far as scoring games goes, I have to behave myself for at least the first few games, and then I get to ruin someone's day. Amiibo says their answer is, I remember someone remarking that I don't have a good singing voice during a rehearsal in high school theater. So my senior year, I auditioned for the top school choir for Goofs, and I got in. Wow. Screw that person, by the way. And congratulations to you. Didn't think I would like it, but then I loved it. Interesting.
Question for you. Question for you.
Kanto says, why are jingles serious business? Any business that is responsible for millions yet billions of dollars becomes pretty serious. Even when you think about games, right? Games are literally games. They're for fun. But then when you think about people that are like going to Evo or they're playing like top tier for like big amounts of money, like it very quickly becomes quite serious. So Kanto, who has just redeemed the question for you, is there anything Is there anything for you, Kanto, that you definitely saw yourself getting? It's almost the reverse, actually, of Amiibo's question. You got into something very seriously, and you took it very seriously. But then after a while, you found yourself like finding it as a game. You started having a lot more fun with it than you thought you would. There's actually more examples of this in my life, Kanto, than there are of the inverse. There are a lot of things that I got into because I had to, or because it was serious, or out of necessity, or because I was afraid of something. And then once I got in there, I ended up having a lot of fun with it. It was kind of became a game for me. Is there anything like that, Kanto? I'll never play games competitively, will I? I've thought about it for a while, and I just keep returning to myself, says Cyber. Oh, I think the actual answer to this question that you asked is probably myself. Oh, it's hard to take yourself seriously? Hey, what's up, Sam? I just got a serious craving for a ton of candy. You know what I'm doing today? You going trick-or-treating? Whoa. Whoa! Sorry, Butta Weeb is really wealthy. Okay, hold on. Thank you, Butta Weeb, for gifting subs. So many subs in the stream. Thank you on behalf of Jazz Braves, on behalf of Izzy, thank you on behalf of Neo and Button Mashers. Haven't seen Button Mashers in a minute. And Mini Moon, who is also pretty generous early in the stream. Thank you so much, Butta Weep. I'm going to do something for you, I promise. I promise I'm going to do something for you. I hope you like it, whatever it is, but I'm going to figure out something. I'm going to figure out some way to pay you back for this. Some way. Cyber says, it's a culmination of lessons learned and applied to my life. Oh. It's like, man, look at me. I'm a goofball. It's a wonder anybody listens to me. And I don't take that for granted, says Cyber. Cyber, I have very similar outlooks on my own life. Now, that isn't to say that I never take myself seriously. Sometimes I take myself seriously, but it's so rare. In fact, I very rarely even take the things around me very seriously, sometimes. And yeah, I feel like I'm constantly surrounded by a lot of other people that are like freaking out or panicking or stressing, and I'm kind of just like nodding with like a vacant stare. And so I feel that. But that's a really cool and good attitude to have. Where do these billionaires come from, says Umbe, referring to Butta Weeb. Butta Weeb, where do you hail from? Do you come from Bismarck? Are the people in Bismarck wealthy? Kanto says I was going to say theater because I wanted to be an actor after playing my part in my brother's film for school, but actually it was cooking. Interesting. Wow, I guess I can actually relate to that. A lot of people can probably relate to that, Kanto, because cooking is like one of those things we need to be able to do to provide food for ourselves, but it can be really fun. I like this answer. Hey, what's up, Kiboshi? Yeah, how you been? How was your yesterday? Don't tell me yet. We're not to the check-in, but you're going to tell me. We're going to get it out of you. Kanto says, I originally wanted to get serious. Originally wanted to seriously get into it just to impress and attract potential suitors. But I found it to be so much fun, says Kanto. Kanto, I love the way you talk. Suitors? I would hurt so many less feelings if I talked the way you do. Suitors. I've been suiting. No, that's not. I've been courting. I gotta clean it up. Anyways, you go on to say, less so these days, now that I've been working in kitchens for the better part of 4 to 5 years, and I'm now getting the real bad burnout. Oh, sorry to hear that. Cooking still, though. It can be pretty cool. I always think that I'm pretty good at cooking, and then I watch somebody who is good at cooking, and then I realize I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going in there and throwing random spices together and saying it tastes good. I wish I was like that. I'm wanting to be like that, says Actually T. It's definitely a skill to be mastered, right? It comes a little bit more naturally to some than others. But sometimes I have to remember that the internet is a lie, nothing's real, and I can't... Hold on. This is going to bother me. I gotta finish this. Okay. What was I talking about? Wow, that completely erased my memory. Huh. Oh yeah. I think that sometimes when I look at the internet and I see some random person in Chile or some random person in Australia or some very nice well-meaning person named Harriet all the way in Korea says something about my music, I'm like, that's pretty cool, right? Because I'm not educated on music. I'm not the authority on any type of music. I just sat and banged on a keyboard for long enough that it doesn't suck anymore. And the fact that anybody thinks that that's cool or nice or listens to my music is like really cool, man. It's really cool, man. It's opened up some doors. I would have never been able to go to Japan if I wasn't good at music. Sometimes I have to think about that. Sometimes I literally have to think about that or I'll get sad. I'm like, the only reason that I've been able to like go places and do things and meet people is because I banged on a keyboard for long enough that I didn't suck anymore. So yeah, I agree with Cyber. Sometimes it's like, I'm just nobody. So the fact that people care about anything that I say is pretty cool. Very fortunate. Maria says, I like your music so much. That makes me really happy, Maria. That makes me very happy. Why are all of the nice people I meet from Chile? Never mind. I was going to say something that could have gotten dark, and we all know the answer to it. But I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like all of the nice people that I know from Chile are leaving. You know, I had this ignorant fantasy that I was like, I'm gonna go visit my friends in Chile, and then I woke up one morning and they had all left. Like no one's there anymore. They're none of those people are in Chile anymore. Isadora is not in Chile anymore. I think the only friend that I have that still might live in Chile, I might need to check up on her, but she might have moved too, is Chrysalis, and I don't know. I don't think she was gonna be there for much longer. I don't know if any of you guys know who Chrysalis is. She's a really, really, really talented and hardworking visual artist who I've had the pleasure of working with a few times in the past, but I don't think she's long for Chile. Let's all go to Chile. I honestly wanted to go. But then everybody that I knew that lived there was like, you don't need to go. And now I'm like, maybe I don't need to go. You're always saying you're just a dude, says Lindsay. That's all I am. I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude with a keyboard. I'm just a dude with 10 keyboards. Do it, says Just Cruise On. Go to Chile. Go to Chile. Let's all go. I miss my city to visit. In parentheses, to visit. Do not stay there. Okay, I'm down. See, the problem with going to Chile is that going to Chile is... Can we talk about something? I want to talk about something. I want to talk about something right before we go to the check-in. Yeah, it's very expensive. But, like, that's what I was going to get into. Isn't it interesting that... No, it's not interesting. To anyone. It's only interesting to me. It's interesting to me that airfare and traveling, going to places, is based off of distance, right? More so than it is off of demand. Like, sometimes I feel like there are countries that are really far away that I would like to go to that I don't feel like anybody else is really itching to get to. And it's very expensive because it's far. And I feel like there are places... Basically, all I'm saying is if not that many people are trying to go to a place, I would like to go there for cheaper. And it doesn't seem like the world works that way. It seems like, hey, if it's far, you're going to pay a lot of money. If it's far, it's far. If it's far, it's expensive. I would like to go to Chile. And it's expensive to go to Chile. When I crunch the numbers, guys, when I looked at it, it's like, if I'm going to Chile, the amount of money that I'm spending, I might as well, and you guys are going to itch, your guys' booties are going to itch when I say this out loud, but it's like, I might as well go to Japan. I'm going to pay the same amount of money. And I know it's not like a competition of like Chile versus Japan, but in my brain, sometimes it is. I'm like, I might as well go somewhere I know I'm going to have a good time. And that's a horrible mentality. That's a horrible way to think. And I'm trying to get out of that. I'm really trying to get out of that. But in my brain, I feel like it should be cheaper. I don't want to finish that sentence. Because I was going to say something actually really whack. Let's go to the check-in.
Checking in with you. It's time to check in with me too. I'm fine, I'm checking in with you. Checking in.
Whoa, Shaggy? Shaggy came in quick. Shaggy came in quick. Quick with the clap save, guys. Welcome to the check-in. Today is Tuesday. We should actually... There should be another garbage truck coming at some point. It's not here yet. I don't know. Halfway through the check-in, we'll launch the trash truck. How about that? Is everybody in agreement? We're all in agreement. Anyways, right now, though, let's do the check-in. Today is Tuesday, episode 432 of the Morning Medley stream. However, yesterday was Monday, and a lot of you guys got started on your busy weeks, and I want to hear how it got started. How was it? Was it good? Did you do something nice? Did you pick somebody up? Did you drop somebody off at the airport? Did somebody spit on you? Did they spit on you on accident? Or were they just one of those like talkers, you know, where just a lot of spit's gonna come out of their mouth when they're talking? Did you kiss somebody? Did you regret kissing somebody? Did you realize that the person that you're dating kind of looks like somebody who raised you? Shaggy says literally both. You picked up somebody and dropped somebody off? Good morning, Ang. Good morning. Yeah, too specific says photoing. I'll be kissing somebody. I'm sorry. I'll be kissing somebody from Monday. I'm so happy, says Maria. Kiss, kissing before. That's all I know of that song, actually. There's a few DDR songs that I only know the first few seconds because I always pass them in the song selection. I'm like, I'm not gonna play this song, so I only know that weird like kiss, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna freaking play this stupid song. Heck yeah, baby, we got it. We got it. Somebody screen cap that. I've been looking for him. Powered by Gummy Worms says... Wait, what? Stoner and Skeleton? What the heck is that? Kiss, kiss, kiss. Kiss me, you bumpy. Oh, wait. Oh, Cyber has the real lyrics. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Missing you when you walk out the door. Missing you when you walk. Missing you when you walk out the door. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Kiss me, a bumpy. In my brain, it's kiss me a bumpy, I want more. And I think my version goes pretty hard. Kiss me a bumpy, I want more. Skip. That's how the song goes in my head. I can't remember what was right after that song, but there was definitely a song that begins with K that I wanted to play because it was in the K's, and I was like, screw kiss, kiss, I want to play... Can't remember. Anyways, Ube's check-in is... Omni Karaoke win? Never. Sorry. Probably never, though. Probably never on this side of the ocean. What is it, says Amiibo? What is what? The 504 boy? He's a rare Pokemon. Ube says, check in. People keep inviting me out to places, and I don't know if I did something wrong and they feel like they need to talk, or if I'm suddenly really popular. I don't like the idea of either. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty whack. Umbe, you're overthinking it. Umbe, from one dude to another, you're overthinking it. People are inviting you out, just go out. Or tell them no, which is what I would do. Remember, you can always say no. But I think you're overthinking it. Just go out and have a good time. Kiss, kiss, kissing on the bumpy, I want more. Umbe? Several goes on to say, kiss, 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 kissing you one more time before. Maybe that's the part that I heard. Kiss, kiss, kiss on the bumpy. Yeah, that's the part that I was hearing. Because that definitely, kiss on the bumpy sounds like kissing you one more time. Kissing you bumpy time before. Kissing you bumpy, I want more. Kiss you in one more time before. Kiss on the bumpy, Yeah, I hear it. Thank you, Cyber. It's a really good song. Or at least from the few seconds I've heard. I've never heard the entire song. The rest of it better be sick because... Yowza, if that's the best they have to offer. Aang says, check-in, flew back early from a quick trip to the East Coast yesterday because work was done and New York City is like kind of depressing. Uh-oh. But positives were I got to see Titanium play live. Oh crap, because of the tour thing. I got to see Titanium Jones play live. You've seen Titanium in the flesh. I still haven't seen this man. There's still no confirmation that the Titanium exists. Is Titanium here? Titanium, there's still no confirmation that you exist. Somebody clip this and then message it to him later. There's no confirmation that you actually exist. Going on to read the rest of eggs. Play live and spend a ton of time with friends I hadn't seen in like 8 years. Net positive on the weekend for sure. When you say New York City is kind of depressing, do you mean like how it's always kind of depressing? Or like a new, like a 2021 kind of depressing, you know? Is it like fresh depression? Depression? Lindsay says, why is it such a wild idea that people like being around you? Yeah. I mean, I can't act like I'm not also the same way, but I'm just saying, you're overthinking it, buddy. Cyber says, check in. I'm feeling better now. Still taking medicine to help. Going to Atlanta on Thursday for a Mega 64 show. Mega 64. Whoa, no way. For a Mega 64 show. I guess we'll see if I make it. Take care, everyone. You the best. That sounds like a lot of fun. Enjoy, Cyber. Enjoy. Also, I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. Cyber was feeling under the weather for a little while, so we're getting Cyber back. I hope you and TJ took a pic together. Any pics? No, it can be photoshopped. Titanium, I have no confirmation. Also, I've decided that anytime I take a photo with anybody that's going to be online, I'm going to change my postures so that to further shroud any idea of how tall I am. Just Cruise On says, come on now. The city is depressing now, but not always depressing. Oh, okay. It's depressing now. There are parts of New York City, there are times I've had in New York City where I will say depressed the heck out of me. And it was because I'm from the West Coast, right? Like, I've gone to a homie's house and they're like, yo, welcome to my crib. Then they're like, just go around here. We're going to go, like, behind this Dwayne Reed. And there's, like, a door that's, like, sideways for some reason with, like, vomit and piss, like, spilling out of it. Like, come through here. Make sure to turn sideways because no regular person can fit through. And then they, like, go through, like, a little crack, shimmy and shake. And then we're climbing up a ladder and they're like, here's my apartment. And it's just, like, a closet. And I'm like, there's no windows? And they're like, nah, man. And can you believe I only got this for $1,100, man? Oh, you want to sleep here? And I'm like, I'll sleep in New Jersey. I'll sleep in Philadelphia. I'm not sleeping here. Anyways, I've had a few experiences like that in New York City that were quite depressing. But only depressing because I'm from the West Coast and I really like space. And so the idea of being, like, crammed into a small, like, living space is, like... And I mean, small is relative, right? Because, like, if you go to other countries, like, my place is enormous or whatever, and I don't have a big place. But I do, like... I like to have a space where, like, I can entertain guests, you know? Or have somebody crash. And there's people living in some wild situations in New York. And paying the same amount that I pay, you know, for... Anyways, no, the city, though, isn't depressing. The city itself isn't depressing. I guess it is now, though. Probably because of lockdown stuff. $1,100, that's on a very cheap price. That is or isn't? Are you saying that is a very cheap? Because that's my point. That's my point. When we talk about depressing, I'm talking about if, you know, if I pay $1,100, I want to see the sun, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to see birds. I can't stress that enough. Like... You can't make me pay 4 digits and I can't see the sky. Let me see the sky. I know it's out there. Just show it to me. Give me something. Fools didn't have a freaking window. I guess I thought windows were necessary. I mean, there's nothing that says windows are necessary. But I guess I just always thought of a window as, like, a thing you need in order to live in a space. I'm spending too much time on this. But you see what I'm saying. That was depressing for me. Holy crap, I'm behind on chat. Holy crap, I'm behind on chat. Hold on, let me catch up. Umbe says New York City is depressing. That's why I'm ghosting. I'll come back when I'm rich. Not so depressing with money, I guess. Amen to that, Umbe. Most cities that are depressing get a little bit less depressing with money, except for England. All of the cities in England are trash. Don't go there. I'm joking mostly, but London, I think, is always depressing. Even in the summer, it's just a little depressing. Have you ever been to Sheffield, England? Anybody in here ever been to Sheffield? Really depressing place. Beautiful bands, though. Beautiful music there. You know who's from Sheffield? Is it the Wombats or is it Arctic Monkeys? I think Arctic Monkeys might be from... I'm getting sidetracked again. Maria says, how tall are you? I don't know. 5 something? 5, maybe? Just an even 5? Some say he's as tall as the Empire State Building. Yo, the Empire State Building... Never mind. I just want to say... Dang it, I keep getting sidetracked. I just want to say about the movie The Mask, I do appreciate that there's a scene towards the end where homie's with the girl... and they're on a bridge, but if you look off the bridge, you can see a body of very, very big water that is not Los Angeles. And then you can see the Los Angeles skyline that's been spliced with some buildings from the Chicago skyline. And I think that, I know it's a fictional city, Edge City, but, like, I think that that in itself is pretty ingenious. That they, like, literally visually splice together buildings and stuff that, like, it's so great. So cool. Anyways, Just Cruise On says, sorry, born and raised here. I feel you. I'm definitely not trying to throw shots at New York City. Because there's a lot of things about New York City that I love. I.e. the walkability. I love just walking around in cities. In fact, like, when I was in Arizona, where I was born and raised, I had a dream of moving to New York City, Just Cruise On, because I really wanted that urban feeling. And whenever I'm in an urban setting like that, I feel alive. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful things about New York City. I would say that a lot of the things that I love about Philadelphia or that I love about downtown Los Angeles come from my love of New York City. But man, would somebody with my income not be having a very great time there. Whew. Oh boy. Aang says, I think it's a bit of both, Omni. A lot of time, it was like hearing what personal friends have been going through, plus just like general Brooklyn life. By the end, I stopped smiling at strangers and was so close to snapping at people, which is not my vibe. Okay, I do want to say, Aang et al., I do like that New York does that to somebody. I feel like all you need to do is spend 7 to 10 days in New York City, and you do kind of like, it unlocks a thing in you. I'm not saying it makes you mean, I'm not saying it makes you rude or pushy, but it definitely unlocks a new like lane of your personality that I think maybe some other cities can't access. And I did change just a little bit from my time in New York. And I wasn't even there that long. The longest like uninterrupted time I've spent in New York was like 3 weeks a month. It was like around a month. And it did do a thing. Anyways, Just Cruise On says 1100. That's oh wait, sorry, I read that already. I had to scroll up because I missed some stuff. Welcome to Tokyo. You have a huge place, says Maria. Yeah, that's another thing, right? Like living in Tokyo, I would have to like, I don't even know if my TV could even fit in like the average apartment that I would be living in if I moved to Tokyo. I don't think that my TV could fit in the room, and that's not even like a flex on my TV. That's more so just to let you guys know what size of living space I have grown accustomed to living in Los Angeles, you know? Or just the States in general, maybe. Not quite including New York City. Sent out some job applications, says it's actually T, catching me up on their check-in. Studied a bit for the first aid exam, but did not really do much else, because half of my face was in pain, and my lips have been bleeding every time I smile, or talk, or just open my mouth at all, so that's annoying. I was also just unmotivated and low energy. I'm glad I sent out the emails though. Hey, at least you were able to do something. I'm really sorry to hear about the pain that you're in. That's unfortunate, but I'm glad you're able to get something done. I hope you were able to like get some rest and recuperation and some healing. That sounds very uncomfortable. I'm sorry to hear that, Sexually T. You want me to play you a song? I don't think it'll make anything better, but I almost said it might make you smile, but you did say when you smile, your lips might bleed, so I don't know what to do right here. I'm just gonna extend my condolences and good vibes. I hope you feel better, honestly, soon. Got that premium HP closet, Harry Potter closet? Oh yeah. Talk about New York City apartments. Oh my goodness. Got the freaking Dursley special. But a weeb says, the city itself is depressing and I grew up in New York City. Smells like garbage. Arizona smells like dirt. New York City smells kind of like garbage. Los Angeles smells a lot like pee, but different pee than New York. We've talked about it. It's a different brand of pee. It's a different smell. New York City's pee has like more of an ammonia, like a rubbing alcohol cleaning, like that, like an acidic smell. The pee in LA has more of a... No. I almost said the word sweet, guys. I almost said the word sweet out of my mouth when describing the urine smell in Los Angeles. It smells like alcohol, but not like rubbing alcohol. It smells like, you know, like beer. Beer pee. If such a thing exists, it smells like beer pee. You know? Am here, says Maria, in Japan, who is in Japan right now. Do you own an engineering garments? Do you own any engineering garments? Do you own any engineered garments? I don't. I've never been asked that either. Good first question. Good first question. Still catching up. My buddy just got a 1,100 square feet for $2,500 a month up on Cougar Mountain, says Prenetic. I believe this. However, I do not have a mental reimagining of square footage. I actually don't know how big 1,100 square feet is. Like, I don't even know how many square feet my own apartment is, which is unfortunate. I'm just not really good at that type of thing. Gotta run. Omni says Meow Workshop. Thanks for the stream. Catch you tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, Meow, for being here. And I'm so sorry that I'm behind on chat. I'm doing my best to catch up. I promise. Whew. Where that thing we talked about once might be. Oh, the Cougar Mountain cookie place. Yeah, I have some Cougar Mountain cookies. They sell them at a boba shop close by me. Trust me, I'm not planning to live there anymore. Just visit, says Just Cruise On. There's something sad about leaving, you know, your city. Even if that city, even if you know it's time, there's still something kind of sad about it. Like losing a part of yourself. I'll visit for sure, says Umbe. Live somewhere nice. Visit somewhere expensive. Not the other way around. Ooh-wee. Those are some true words. Coming from somebody that lives in an expensive place and visits expensive places. I hear you loud and clear, Umbe. You're doing it right. I'm still not over the name Edge City. It was an interesting name. Visually, too. It was just really interesting looking. Can we talk about drip, says Pop Morris? Maybe, if I get to the bottom of the chat. I need my own New York City, then, says It's Actually T. I mean, wow, that would be an interesting concept, like what everybody's New York is. What is each individual person's New York? Frenetic says their check-in has got a little ape over lunch early afternoon. I was there. Buddy got his place up on Cougar Mountain. I just heard. We lost power for a bit on and off due to high winds and was planning a birthday dinner with a friend who's in town for this evening. Bomb sushi incoming, just getting through the week. I feel you, Pernetic. I hope you enjoy the birthday dinner. That's really cool. And I'm glad that your power's back on also. Goodness gracious. Sweet P says, Liana, I appreciate this joke. P-Drip says, Pop Morris, if it's a joke, I also appreciate that. Booze P says, Maria, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Oh, you said I want to see sky and I'm here. Right. Oh my god, my bad. I want to see the sky. I have a song about you, Maria. I realize one of my constant themes is writing songs about sky and flying and falling. Also drowning, but mostly flying and falling and the sky. I zoned out for 2 seconds and people talking about P now. WTF, says Umbe. Thank you guys for chilling and letting me catch up on chat. I appreciate it. I definitely understand the liveliness of New York City, says Aang. There's an energy for living there. There's an energy for living there that does not exist in LA. Every street is like vibrating with culture. It feels compartmentalized in LA. I think that there's the same, and I'm not telling this as somebody that doesn't understand it. There's the exact, in my experience, the exact same amount of like culture and excitement in LA that there is in New York. The only difference is geographical space. New York, or at least quite a bit of it, is built on like a freaking island. A man-made one. Not like a cool natural island, like a freaking, a man-made rock that a bunch of people like squeeze shoulder to shoulder in. So a lot of the excitement and like vastness of culture and diversity that's experienced is an illusion made by lack of space. In Los Angeles, people have like free reign to go like, this is little Filipino town, which exists, or this is little Ethiopia, you know, this is freaking Chinatown, this is Chinatown too, this is little Tokyo, this is little Osaka. Why do we have 2 Japanese towns? I don't know, because we have space for it. And so like you'll be walking around and you're not going to walk through culture necessarily. Maybe you get on a subway and you take it 2 stops over and you're like, oh my god, everybody's Jewish here. What happened? Well, you're in Century City now. Everyone's Jewish in Century City. I think that's like a thing. But I admire New York City because even though it is super compacted, that adds to its walkability, right? I put walkability really high on my like tier list and things I want cities to have. I like being able to walk around. And I think LA doesn't necessarily have walkability. You can go to an area, like you can go to Hollywood. You can take the subway to Hollywood and you can walk around in Hollywood. You can get on the red line and then go back to downtown, walk around in downtown. You can take the Expo line to Santa Monica, walk around in Santa Monica. But like, you're not walking from like the Walk of Fame in Hollywood to freaking Koreatown. I mean, you could, I've done it, but it is not a casual stroll. It is like, you better have like a playlist. You better have a playlist or a friend. If you don't have a playlist or a friend, you better have a box cutter. You should actually have all 3. Aang says, body definitely feels great. That's good. Your body feels good? What are you saying now? A gay Power Ranger says, just stopping by to say you looking clean AF, Omni. Anyway, heading to bed. Have a great stream, bro. Whoa, heading to bed? What? Did you tell me something and I forgot you told me something about your schedule and your sleep schedule? Why are you heading to bed? Do you live in Australia? That's my one joke, says Cyber. Oh, body, yaddy, yaddy. Oh, okay, word up, word up. Or no. From the walking. Oh, your body feels good from the walking. Yeah, walking is good. I do a lot of walking here, but I understand people do not like walking in LA. For example, today is Pizzanista Day, so I will be walking quite a bit, you know. Pizzanista is all the way in the bottom of the Arts District, you know, you walk there. Walk to Little Tokyo. That's already quite a bit of a stretch. Walk to Little Tokyo to Financial District, boom. Walk from there, Echo Park, boom. Hey Hey Boba in Echo Park, pretty sick. You get boba, they give you a little Kit Kat to go with it. I'm not a big fan of Kit Kat, but I do like free stuff, so boom. I don't know that it is free, though, because the boba's pretty expensive there, so I feel like the one singular Kit Kat is probably factored into the price of their very expensive boba. It sounds like him, bro. It sounds like the garbage truck.
The garbage truck driving down the street. Garbage truck. How many times is it gonna beep?
How many times do you think it's gonna beep
Today, y'all.
Here comes the garbage truck.
Driving down the street.
Here comes the garbage truck.
How many times is it gonna beep?
How many times?
It's the garbage truck driving down the street. How many times y'all think the garbage truck's gonna beep today, y'all? Garbage truck. How many times is it gonna beep? Only a little bit of time left to get those bets in, y'all. A little bit of time. Garbage truck driving down the street. Don't be too shy. Put up them tokens. The garbage truck. How many times is it gonna be? Let's see how many times this truck's gonna be. It's the garbage truck driving down the street. Garbage truck.
So that's what the 404 Gateway timeout was for. Anywho, he's close. I actually did hear him this time. I have a pretty good ear. I was paying attention. By the way, there is 2 dumpsters. There's only 2 dumpsters today. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why there isn't 3. Maybe think about that when you're factoring in your bets. Maybe think about it. Hold on. Let me test the counter. Let me just make sure it works, so that I don't make a fool of myself. Don't want to make a fool of... Okay, it works. Myself. Yabba dabba do with my... Okay. Well, he's not quite here yet, so I'm just gonna chill and wait for him. Did I skip anybody's check-in? Honestly, I'll probably try walking the same amount no matter where I'm at in the world. A mile is a mile, says Umbe. Yeah. Try to be on top of your walking. Thank you, Liana. Thank you. Walkability is my favorite part of New York City. Freely walk for miles just out of recreation. Yeah. I mean, yes. I felt that also a little bit in Philadelphia, but maybe I was just in a particularly walkable area in Philadelphia, maybe. I do appreciate Geek Power Rangers stopping by. I assume that they're asleep by now because they work the graveyard shift, which I read, I listened, and I learned, and hopefully I remember. But thank you for being here, Geek Power Ranger. I hope that the rest of your day is amazing. The garbage truck driving down the street. That's nice. It's very nice. I didn't get to my check-in, by the way. But we're in trash. We're in trash right now. You can still give me yours, though. You can still give me your check-in. I'll let you know when the truck's actually here. He's just, I heard him on the street, and I wanted to make sure that I got the intro video and the thing launched out of the way. Also, time's running out on the trash truck. If you haven't already participated, go ahead and throw some tokens at it. You can't lose. I've crunched the numbers. It's impossible to lose, actually, this time. This Tuesday. I'll start my check-in then. The garbage truck is going to interrupt it, but maybe I can speed through it. So yesterday I did the stream. You guys were here. It was good. We raided into Just Cruise On, who was playing Apex. Looking at Just Cruise On play Apex actually inspired me to do the same, and I fired up Apex and played for a little while with Pernetic and Cyber. It was a lot of fun. I like that game. I think I like games that I can just pick up and play and not really worry about anything. For some reason in Apex, I don't feel bad when I get killed, when I lose. I don't feel bad. And when I win, I don't feel particularly great. I just feel good the whole time. I just feel good to be playing. And so I played that for a little while. Ended up leaving Apex to get to work. I sent out some more stems to another, like me and a collaborator are sending stuff back and forth. I also signed some paperwork because I did some production for Ehio Robo's new album that's coming out next month. And there was like a lot of, you guys know when you make something and then you have to like sign splits for royalties and all that nonsense business stuff. You know, all the whack stuff after you actually finish making the songs where it's just mountains of paperwork and distribution and licensing and splits and royalties. And so I did a bit of that, and that was cool. Been a while since I had to read contracts, so that was fun. And then I got into mixing again. And I feel like there's this thing, I'll be a little bit, I won't even say that this is being vulnerable. This is just more so me being clear to all of you guys, because I feel like I can't say this enough. People get this wrong a lot, but as an artist, especially one that has put out a lot of music, I think a lot of people think at a certain point of putting out music, you just turn into a robot who is able to just like fart out tunes, or like you're able to fart out movies or fart out illustrations, and you never feel bad about anything and you always feel super confident. And I think there is a little bit to that, right? Like with repetition and with experience comes a level of confidence and comes a level of like self-assuredness that you take into your future projects. But I also think if you're sitting on any type of music, or if you're sitting on any type of art for a while and you're examining it and you're trying to improve it and you're shaving away things at it, the longer you spend, there's almost like I won't call it a half-life, but there's like a graph. Like there's a mental graph in my head where you should spend quite a bit of time on a piece of work. You should spend enough time on it to see what you want to do with it, how it's going. Yes, diminishing returns, exactly, Pernac. There's like, you spend a lot of time and you pour a lot of yourself into a piece of work. There comes a point where you just gotta say, all right, it's done. I'm wiping my hands of this and I'm moving on to the next thing. And the problem with that is a lot of people will put out a project as soon as they're finished making it, They'll make a video, a funny video, and they'll put it out. They'll make a song and they'll put it out. They'll make a book, they'll put it out. They'll make whatever. But I think when you're doing something like an album or a collection of work, it's a really interesting thing happens where you can't finish all of the music at the same time. Like when you're in a restaurant, you and all your friends order, and somehow your food comes out pretty... I'm sorry. Somebody remember what I was talking about. Somebody remember where I was in that story. It was kind of important, I promise. I want to finish it. Okay, guy. Alright, dude. Alright. Holy crap. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't see. This is why I didn't say. This is why I just said to consider that there was only 2 dumpsters. I didn't. I feel responsible. I saw only 2 dumpsters. It seemed like there was no way that it was gonna beep that many times. I'm so sorry, guys. I literally started getting hot. I want to take this shirt off. I'm hot now. Hey, what's up, Satan? How you doing? I'm so sorry, everyone. I apologize. What was that, 1 zillion? Yeah, I don't know. Also, I do want to say, just for full disclosure, when I'm counting the beeps, I'm not looking at the truck. So I can't actually see what the truck's doing. Typically, when I'm counting the beeps, I'm just looking at the Streamlabs chatbot, and I'm closing my eyes and I'm listening for the beeps, and then I just count up, and then I plug it in as soon as it stops beeping. So I don't know why it beeps 75 times. I don't know. Was it one of those situations where it was beeping while I was sitting still? Or was it, I won twice in one stream, says Izzy. Izzy, you went against the odds, you know? Anybody who won this bet, I do want to say, applause to you, because that was a fool's bet, in my opinion. Betting that it was going to beep over 60 times was a fool's bet, because there was only 2 dumpsters. And we've had people beep, well, I'll put it this way, for anybody who's newer, we've had people beep less than 75 times, picking up more than 2 dumpsters. We've had the exact opposite. I understand not all of the garbage trucks are driven by the same man. So week to week, we're getting different people through here that have a different style of picking up the cans and stuff like that. So it is really hard to I'm sorry. It is really hard to predict. Keep beeping while staying still because a car slipped past it. Oh, did a car get in its way or something? Word. Okay. Word. Word. Is there a way to increase the default bet? 10 is weak. There is a way. Yeah, you can keep clicking it and it'll increase it beyond 10. Or you can plug in a custom bet. I know on computer you can do a custom bet, but I think on phones, maybe you just have to keep hitting it over and over and it'll keep increasing. Oh, it was 80. It was set to 80, not 60. Word. My bad. I think you can on mobile too, says Lindsay, about the custom bets. Word. Congratulations to everyone who won. Anyone who didn't win, again, I can't predict. I mean, I feel like certain scenarios will line up that makes it seem really like, there's no way it's going to go over this amount. There's no way it's going to go under this amount. And the fact that it still continues to be as unpredictable as it is has, you know, it sucks for the garbage truck, but it's really good for the stream. It makes the stream more interesting. Because if it actually was, like, predictable, then there would be no point in this prediction. As ironic, I guess, as that is. We're still in the check-in. I have to finish my check-in, and then I'm gonna send it away to you guys for news or any leftover check-ins that we still have. How can we be sure that the car wasn't insider trading? It was planned. It was like my friend. Like, I had my roommate go out there and drive in front of the truck. Somebody go to accost him. I thought as soon as I hit the button that it locks me into 10. Oh, no, definitely not. Topic reminder, talking about diminishing returns, large projects like albums. Oh, right. So, like, when you're making an album, you know when you're sitting in a restaurant and you and your 3 cousins... Sorry. You know when you're in a restaurant and you and your friends order food and it comes out roughly around the same time? I don't know how that happens. Okay? Okay? I've worked in food service, but not in, like, a restaurant. I've only worked in, like, bozo fast food joints. So, I don't really know how they timed that out. It's really impressive. Whoever knows how they do that, freaking dope. I love it. I'm a big fan. But albums aren't really made like that. Typically, an album, you'll have one song that's done, well, like, for months while you work on other ones. Sometimes you'll have one song that's done for over a year, 2 years, while you work on the other songs. And because of this, it can cause, like, weird inconsistencies in, like, the amount of songs that you're making, the style of songs. It can cause you to... your feelings towards one of your projects to change and go through a whole evolution of change before you release it. Now, when you think about songs coming out, when you think about movies or whatever coming out, typically the people make it, it comes out, and then their relationship with their own art will evolve in tandem with everybody else's relationship with their art. However, if you haven't even released your art yet, you're having an evolution of the change in your relationship with your art that no one's ever even heard. And it's really, really interesting. It's a really interesting thing to have happen. And so I definitely have fallen into a little bit of that and have to, like, regularly combat that. Just go like, this is solid, this is solid. Because yesterday was a lot of mixing. I've been pretty much just doing only mixing for the past 3 weeks. And for anybody that doesn't quite understand what mixing is, just a quick overview of mixing is, when you record music, it sounds nice, I guess, you know, but when you go and you listen to a song on the radio, those instruments and that voice is not just recorded in raw. The people didn't sit in a room and then play piano and then sing, and they just put those sounds together and released it. There's a lot of weird playing and shifting of frequencies that you have to do to make sure that all these different sounds you have in the song, whether it's 4 sounds or 40 sounds, make sure that they play nice together. And there's a lot of, like, science that goes into it. Not super complicated science, but just, like, general science. Like, when I say general science, like, just like how sound works, like how many dBs you can have in said song. And so all of that stuff understood, when you're working on music and you're going into the mixing stages, sometimes you have to keep a lot of that stuff in mind. And when you're making a song, a lot of people like to focus on the notes, right? They focus on the chords, they focus on melodies and progression, they focus on the lyrics, what you're saying. But at least half of the song is just frequency management. Just making sure the frequencies play together, making sure something cuts through a mix the way you want it to. And this can take hours, days, weeks, months to do. And so for the past few weeks, I've just been mixing a lot of the songs that are closer to completion, and it has been wild. And I have so much ear fatigue. That's another thing. Like, when you're working on it, you do get ear fatigue, right? Think about, like, working on anything else. Like, sometimes, have you ever been, like, working on a project, or maybe you've been playing a video game and you'd be like, I would be able to beat this if I wasn't so sleepy. I hate that I need to sleep, or I need to get up and use the bathroom or shower or eat. I wish I could just play constantly. And so I feel that. I feel like that's basically what's going on now, is, like, I can't get up or I can't just work constantly because ear fatigue happens. And if you try to mix with ear fatigue, things can get really, really wonky as far as, like, what you are able to hear in frequencies. Sometimes if you're working on music for too long, you'll actually hear less frequencies, which of course is going to have a detrimental effect on you being able to mix properly. It's really weird. But that's what I was doing most of the day, honestly, yesterday. And then I ended things up. I cleaned the kitchen. I made a burrito out of some leftovers that my neighbor gave me a couple days ago. And then I just went to bed. I went to bed really early and then woke up early and got right back to work. But things are good. Things are good. That's my check-in. You guys can give me your check-in if you like. You guys can give me your check-in. I'm here for it. Rizlo says, don't you like working your mixes with external ears? I hate ear fatigue, and the other thing that bugs me is losing perception of a song. Yeah, sometimes when I like really trust somebody or another artist, I'll send my music to them. But it's super rare. It's super rare that I do this. A lot of my friends make music very, very different than me, and sometimes don't quite understand my references. But it's always good to have fresh ears. I definitely let other producers listen to my music when I'm at that phase, or that stage rather. Today, thank you for reminding me, Cyber, is the 432nd episode of this Twitch stream, and the 432nd sound in my keyboard is called Smokey. It's just called Smokey, so it could really be anything, but it sounds like this. Ooh, it's really quiet. It's kind of like one of those like early like 80s Yamaha pads. I like it. I like it. Can you imagine an Omnitrack produced by Young Skirt, says Cyber? That is what's funny. Because, right, like, anytime I've ever worked with Young Skirt, it's always been me on the production. Like, I always actually produce the song, and then Young Skirt will supply, like, vocals or something, or lyrics. Me on a Young Skirt produced track, I can't, like, my brain can't fathom it. But I'm sure it's possible. Well, my check-in says, Izzy, is not only did I win the first garbage truck prediction ever, I also got a job offer from a place I did my co-op at. So today has been good. Congratulations, Izzy. That's amazing. That's way cooler than winning the garbage truck. Pernetic says, OSHA says, you're good for up to 80 to 85 dB SPL all day, which is actually quite loud. Should I trust OSHA? Should I actually trust them?
Time to do the news. I think it's time to do the news. It's definitely time to do the news. Do the news.
We're moving right along. Lindsay did ask if I've been mixing for a really long time. Does it? Lindsay asked if I've been mixing for a really long time. Does it give me tinnitus? No. I do have very, very mild tinnitus, but I got that tinnitus from being an idiot and playing punk rock shows when I was younger and not wearing earplugs because I didn't think they were necessary. I woke up quite a few times from like going to raves with ringing in my ears. You know, I wake up the next morning and still have ringing, and I would think, wow, man, last night was wild, because I was an idiot and I didn't realize what I was doing was permanently damaging my hearing. Now, I still can hear just fine, and I'm not like worrying about ringing happening wildly and unpredictably like every day, but I would say like every few months I will get it. You know, I will get the ringing in my ears, and it lasts maybe 10 seconds, but it's still enough that I know that that's not naturally supposed to happen. So I do have mild tinnitus, but it doesn't come from mixing. It has come from just being irresponsible at shows, raves, and concerts that I was playing. I now no longer do that. I do not go to shows and not bring my earplugs. It's just a goofy move. Thank you for the clap, Liana. It was very well timed. And Liana also says, finally applied for an apartment with a view that I toured last week. Feels good to have that done. Now I just gotta wait and see. I really hope you get it, honestly, Liana. Views are huge. Views are amazing. And I'm glad that you went ahead and did it. If this was me, I probably would have, just out of fear or hesitation, probably not even applied for the thing. Lumbi says tinnitus is the hairs in your ear drum breaking. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, are you explaining to somebody else? I'll read it out loud just in case anybody doesn't know. Hairs on your ear drum breaking off and sending fake signals. From what I know, it's natural and happens over time, but it's accelerated by loud things, indeed. Yeah, as you get older, you know, your hearing's going to go anyway. Is it still on the screen? I don't know why I like it up there. Oh, hold on. You want me to get rid of it? I can get rid of it. Why can't I get rid of it? Of course I can get rid of it. They can't stop me from getting rid of it. I can't get rid of it. I don't even know what that is, if I'm being honest. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what's causing that. It's either this or this or this or this. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's not bugging me, but for the stream health, I'll narrow it down what it actually is. I think it's... Oh, see? It's gone. I fix it. You know what it was? It was the plant redeems. The plant redeems are broken. Luckily for you guys, you already redeemed all of them. So, hold on. What was I? Where was I? Oh, congratulations. Oh, that's what tinnitus is, yeah. So your hearing is going to go naturally anyway as you get older. But there are definitely ways to accelerate the process. And I think I've explained these. Just abuse your freaking hearing. Listen to loud things. Don't take care of your ears. And you will go deaf earlier than most other people, for sure. Hold on. I know I had... Wait, what is the vote? Why is no one voting? No one's voting? There's a prediction. It's almost out of time. No one's voting. What the heck? You could have been saved. I wish I could get a new place. Mine has issues, says Satan. My place has issues, but I've learned to live with them. Catching up at the bottom of the stream. I know I had acute short-term tinnitus once from a magnum going off in my ear. Comes back every so often. It's unfortunate, Umbe. It's unfortunate. High frequencies have more energy and will cause more damage than at a given SPL and exposure time. Dog whistle time, baby. And as it happens, you also lose those frequencies as you age. Yeah, I remember taking that weird test where it was like a sine wave, and somebody had the sine wave like going up in pitch slowly, and you were supposed to like raise your hand when you could no longer hear it. I did that like test. It was, I can't remember what class that was in, but it was definitely in school. You were supposed to raise your hand when you couldn't hear it anymore, and it was sad, I guess I could say. It was just sad, like, when I realized how differently, you know, even people at that age, I think I was like 17 or something like that, even people at that age, like, were hearing, didn't have the same hearing, you know, didn't have the same range, frequency-wise, of hearing. I did it in school, says Cyber. Yeah. You'll also lose frequencies differently in each year, which is why some old people say, talking to my good ear. Yeah, the ears will go. Umbe says, fun fact. I guess we're just talking about ears now. Umbe says, fun fact, you can train your ears to hear those higher frequencies for longer. I've noticed producers can still hear a lot of stuff you shouldn't be able to in your late 20s and 30s. That's interesting. I mean, whether it's punishing my ears or training my ears, I definitely have a more attuned ear to specific frequencies just because I spend so long in EQs every day. But I suppose, yeah, it's like that with anything. You spend enough time in something and maybe you like get a little bit of an extra sense for it. Perhaps. Mayhaps. Guys, it is the news. We are in the news and I haven't talked about anything that is news. The news is today the garbage truck did a thing. It's also Tuesday, which means that Tuesday it's Pizzanista Tuesday. I will be going to downtown and getting a couple slices of pizza. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be out of my home for most of the day. But as far as work stuff, I'm just going to keep mixing today. I'm waiting on a few things from other people. I'm trying to be really proactive about stuff, so I've been like sending out emails in a timely manner. I have to prepare for a show that I'm going to be playing for a friend. I'm not really going to talk about it much here. I'm not even going to invite anybody to it because it's not my show. It's like somebody else needs like a backup piano player, and so I'm going to be doing that for somebody. So that's taken up quite a bit of time. There was another thing that I needed to talk about. There was another thing, and I've forgotten it. I guess I'll just push it. Oh, also, anybody who is new or wasn't here for last Friday, the sample server, like, continue to be in the sample server, sending in samples. Just remember, like, roughly 3 samples per person. Thank you, I can be Danny. I can be Danny? I can be Danny. We could all be Danny. I used to have a friend named Danny. Danny Maldonado. Beautiful man. We called him Danny Love. What a great man he was. He's still around, though. I think he moved. He used to live here in California, but I think he moved away. Anyways, Pranay says, my partner did heavy auditory research on mammals for a while for work trying to slow or reverse hearing loss in humans. That would be a really worthwhile thing, right? If we could reverse hearing loss, wow, I'll be in work forever. As long as nothing happens to my arms. Lookout Shift says, I was born deaf in my right ear, which makes mixing music a super complicated process, but otherwise, yeah, can't afford to lose the hearing I have left. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you're being, like, safe and protecting what hearing you do have left. I'm sorry about your right ear, but that's amazing that you were able to still mix music at all and, like, make music, you know? Let nothing hold this person back. Let nothing hold this person back. Satan says, I like how you talk about topics and your server as servers themselves. Confused me for the first time you did it. Oh, yeah. I try to mention the Discord. Is that a plug? Anyways, guys, I usually do a song recommendation in the stream. Let me really quickly make sure that the song recommendation is actually added. To the playlist. It wasn't. I had to add it. Thank you very much, Eliana. Thank you very much, Cyber, for linking it. I appreciate that. Now, today's song recommendation is actually going a little bit into the past. Yesterday, we did a song recommendation by an Icelandic artist who is very modern. That song came out this year, but today's song recommendation is from a band called Till Tuesday. The song is called Voices Carry. Some of you might know this song. Some of you might know this song. This is not an underground song. It's just aged. It's just old. That's the only thing. And so some of you might not know it. Maybe if you don't listen to a lot of 80s music, like mid to late 80s. Mm-hmm. Now. Oh. Congrats, one person. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. There is a prediction for this. Oh. Yes, it is a band. Tizen Band. Okay, so if you haven't heard of Till Tuesday, I'm not really going to talk that much about the band. It is a woman-led band from the 80s, and it is in a very specific style of music that was kind of getting big in the 80s. In the 80s, there was a lot of attention drawn towards synthesizers, and I've talked about this a little bit in the past. So a lot of attention drawn towards synthesizers, and people took these synthesizers just like you would with any new tool that's invented or introduced to a medium. You make a lot of different things with it. A lot of people think like synthesizers, oh, well, techno music or whatever. Oh, electronic music, it has to be like synth pop. That's not true. It's just not freaking true. And some of the things that happened inside of synthesizers was more so a way that it changed the way people played their own instruments. They changed the way they played guitar, changed the way people sang. There was a huge, huge impact that it had, especially in the 80s, just because technologically, that's when the synthesizer became like a thing that people could start affording. It predates the 80s by quite a bit. But the 80s was when synthesizers were no longer really these huge refrigerator-sized machines that people had in a studio somewhere, but people could actually now start mass-producing synthesizers. Like Yamaha could mass-produce them, Roland could mass-produce them, Moog could mass-produce them, Dave Smith, a lot of different companies. So why, though, do I want to recommend this song to you guys? The reason that I want to recommend this song to you guys is threefold. The first reason I want to recommend this song to you guys is because it's just a really good song, guys. It's so good. It's a really good song. What's Up, Cloud? It's a really good song. It's so good. This song hits me in a good spot. I don't know what it is, but it does. It hits me in a good spot. The second reason why I want you guys to listen to this song is because of the effect of reverb. Now, I've talked about reverb in so many of these song recommendations. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, I heard enough about reverb. Let's talk about delay. Let's talk about overdrive. Let's talk about distortion. Let's talk about flanger. Let's talk about stereo separation. Let's talk about anything but reverb. But the important thing about reverb is that it has this, especially because I was just talking earlier about mixing. When you get into mixing music, sounds take up like this much space. But if you add reverb, suddenly it takes up this much space, and it makes it harder to mix a lot of music. And there's a lot of now shortcuts that we have electronically to do this. But back in the 80s, they weren't working with Fruity Loops and Ableton. They had to do a lot of things manually and with some type of microphone. Like they weren't plugging everything directly in. They had specific microphones. Some of them were even recording acoustic reverb. I can get into that much later. But anyways, the second reason why I want you guys to listen to this song is because of the reverb. If you listen to this song, you listen to the kick, there's reverb on the kick. You listen to the snare, there's reverb on the snare. You listen to her voice, there's reverb on her voice. You listen to the guitars, there's reverb on her guitars. There's reverb on every single aspect of this song. It's really wild, because when people think about things being drenched in reverb, a lot of times we think, oh, it must be ambient. People think it's going to sound like Enya or something. People think it's going to sound like this super soundscape, whales singing and whatnot. But it's not always the case. Reverb can be used in a lot of different, not even just like different, what's the word I want to use? Not frequency. Used in different parameters, but it can also be used in different artistic ways. The reverb on a lot of these songs that come in this like genre and time, like this decade, had really, really, really short decays on them. And I don't want to get too nerdy talking about like reverb parameters and all the knobs that come on like a typical reverb pedal or module. But what I'll say is sometimes reverb can ring out for a really long time. Like you say something and it just seems like it goes on forever. And other times the reverb can be really short. Like imagine if you were screaming in a porta potty. Have you ever screamed in a porta potty? Have you ever been in a porta potty and thought, oh God, why is it so musty in here? Why am I wet? Why is everything wet? That is a short decay on a reverb. Because if you scream in a porta potty, that scream is not going to last out for several seconds. But you still are going to have the cavernous effect of your voice bouncing immediately back off of the walls and hitting you in your own ears. That is the type of reverb that's used in this song. If you listen to the guitar, if you listen to her voice, if you listen to the snare, there's this atmosphere that's on everything. And that atmosphere is created artificially with the plugin. Now we call it a plugin, but before that, just the effect, reverb. The third reason why I want you guys to listen to this song is because in the late 70s and early 80s, there was this big goth movement. Now, I know when I say goth, a lot of you think, oh, I want a goth girlfriend. Where's my goth girlfriend? It's not the same type of goth, right? A lot of times when we use the word goth, it's kind of been changed over time to mean something else. It's changed to mean a different type of music. In fact, the first time that I went to a goth club in Arizona, we had a goth club called Sanctum. And when I went to that goth club, I ignorantly was expecting to hear metal music. I was like, oh, sick! Because everybody that I went to high school with at the time that was a gothic person listened to, like, Children of Bodom and Dimmu Borgir and Cradle of Filth. They were listening to metal bands. They were listening to death metal bands, if anything. Not like your dad's metal, not freaking Judas Priest or something. They're listening to, like, I don't know what these dudes are saying. They're listening to that, goth metal. So I go to a goth club expecting what I consider to be goth music. And when I went in, you know what I heard? I heard Depeche Mode, you know? I heard Frankie Goes to Hollywood, you know? I was hearing Character. I was hearing this kind of early 80s synthwave music. And it was this kind of weird, like, dissonance in my brain where I was like, this isn't sad music. This is happy music. But then I actually listened to a little bit of the sounds. You know, I listened to that sound, that rich, thick reverb and that delay. And I heard the way that people were singing, and I was like, you know what, I get it. It's more about being sad and sorrowful and dark and morose and muted as opposed to being angry and aggressive and scary and dark and twisted. There was this kind of two-sided bridge of gothic music and gothic visuals and gothic aesthetic that I was seeing. And this band, I mean, just look at the way this band is dressed. Please, can I make this bigger? Can I make this bigger? Can I? Streamlabs, make it bigger. Look at this. Look at this band. This was a gothic band. Look at that man look at the man all the way to the left. Look at him. Look at him. This is what gothic looked like, guys. This is the face of goth. If I saw these kids today, I would assume that they had just left an Urban Outfitters. This is my point. This is the point that I'm making. So, I want you guys to listen to this song because this is a gothic song. Voices Carries a gothic song. The song is really just about the woman. The song is about, like, the title Voices Carries in reference to arguing. It's about a woman who is in a not so happy relationship where she has a dude that's telling her what to do and telling her how to dress and telling her how to live. And it's not like the best situation for her. It's like a horrible relationship. And her complaint is that their voices are carrying, like, yo, shut up. People can hear you. People can hear you yelling at me. People can hear you doing this stuff. This was a gothic song. This was a very popular gothic song. And so that is the third reason why I want you guys to listen to it. I just think that maybe people today that aren't listening to gothic music, or maybe that know the term goth and the term gothic, but don't quite know a lot of what it is in reference to, or a lot of what its beginnings are, because even here in the 80s, this isn't the beginnings of Gothic. I mean, Gothic goes way back. There's like Gothic cathedrals, there's Gothic architecture, there's Gothic paintings, there's Gothic mentalities, there's all kinds of Gothic things that goes way back before America existed. But it's so interesting how the term has continued to evolve over every like decade. Exactly, Gothic Victorian, you're absolutely right, Spectrum. So interesting to see how it's evolved. And I think that this is a very important, especially if we're talking about Gothic music, this is a very important step in that constant march for Goths into the future. Please listen to Voices Carry by Till Tuesday for these three reasons. One, it's a very good song. Two, it's a very good example of how a short decay of reverb can be used and on every instrument without being super muddy and ambient. And three, it's a really good example of Gothic music, or at least what was referred to as Gothic music in the mid to late 80s. That's my piece on that, and that is today's song recommendation. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We can talk about who we want to raid. We can talk about it while I play the theme. And also, if I get to the end of the theme and we don't have a sure front runner to raid, we will. Who am I kidding? We will. If we don't get another one, I mean, who's on? Like, I feel like Tor Newsoul is on. Probably Soups is on. Gothic poetry feels more like the start of the Gothic movement, says Satan. I wasn't alive, so I can't really say what was, but I feel you. Gothic poetry definitely came before Voices Carry from Till Tuesday, that's for dang sure. Soup's on, baby. I guess it's November, baby. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate all of you guys. And I hope you all... Thank you for being respectful to me and polite to each other. I really do appreciate it. We'll get this soup right. Soup's gonna get sick of me. Soup's gonna get so tired of me. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for being respectful to me and polite to each other. I'll see you guys here tomorrow for Morning Medley number 433, Wednesday stream. Until then, we'll get this raid out of the way. But until then, please take care of you guys yourselves. I hope to see you guys around in a future stream, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. If I don't see you then, abo everybody.